All right, before any of you say anything, yes, I know I'm very behind. Oh, you're talking about Kaiju number 8, season 1? Yeah, well, I don't keep up with a lot of newer anime on a multitude of grounds. One of which being, and this is why it took me so long to get into like My Hero Academia or Attack on Titan, was because is it going to live up to the hype? And also, am I going to commit myself for several seasons? And some of which will be disappointing. Thankfully, my friend Chris did send me the first season, and apparently, Kaiju number 8 is ending very soon. So it's only got an X amount of seasons. So, and yeah, you would think, oh, the guy who loves a lot of kaiju stuff should no doubt really love Kaiju number 8. Well, guess what? I was interested, but I wasn't gonna like shell out money for another streaming service. And while all my friends like Matt Denian and others had said that yeah, Kaiju number 8 is really solid, I wasn't going to like commit myself to another anime. But thankfully, season 1 is only 12 episodes long. I don't know how long season 2 is. I know season 2 just wrapped up, and now they're going to what I believe is the third and final season, if I'm not mistaken, unless it's the fourth and final. Anyway, the show is ending. But hey, like I said, better late than never, am I right? Yeah, better late than never for a show, for doing a review of Kaiju number 8. So let's get started. So Kaiju number 8. Kaiju number 8, for those who don't know what the anime is about, Kaiju number 8 is in a world where kaiju attacks are frequent in Japan. And a man in his 30s known as Kafka, his name is Kafka, I can't pronounce his last name, but he basically works at a kaiju cleanup crew, while his childhood friend Mina, is like the face of the defense force killing kaiju. However, after one kaiju attack that left him in the hospital, a strange creature climbs into his mouth and turns him into a kaiju identified as Kaiju number 8. Which, yeah, I wish we had a better name. I wish the kaiju wasn't just referred to. Even the government refers to it as a Kaiju number 8. I'm like, you can give it a name if he's so special. You don't have to label him you don't have to label him that. So after that, Kafka and his new friend Ichikawa sign up to join the defense force. And Kafka wants to prove to Mina that he can be among them. The thing is, though, he's very old and also trying to hide the fact that he is a kaiju. What I like about this show is that it isn't like your typical anime protagonist. I mean, yes, it does have the whole shoujo, believe it kind of energy. But what I like about this is that our main protagonist isn't a young man. He's pushing 33. Like, he is pushing his early 30s, and his body, even though it is augmented by because of being a kaiju, he does feel a lot of like that exhaustion, that tiredness. His body, even though he said like, yeah, I've trained all the time and I've done this exam before, but I'm just too old for this. And I like that. I like the change that our main protagonist isn't some like, end all be all kind of like young and powerful kind of guy. I mean, he's got a lot of power, but like his own body's betraying him. So I like that added bonus that he's rightfully it's not like in other anime like Naruto or My Hero, where the main character has all this power, but he's the underdog, and no one really can believe in him until they see his true power, which is friendship. We do that too, but the caveat here is, you can people still like consider Naruto like an underdog and Midoriya an underdog when that's kind of unbelievable when they were so powerful. Here it's like he's not willingly showing his identity as I mean, yes, that does happen in the later, if I remember right, like episode 10 or 11 towards the end of the first season. But for the vast majority of the show, he is desperately hiding that he is now part kaiju. And again, his age and all these other young recruits who have been like basically trained all their lives to be, these great kaiju hunters are outclassing him. So that's way more believable. He can't show. It's not like in Naruto or One Piece or Bleach or whatever, where our main protagonist gets main protagonist powers and he can just show off to everyone. And a lot of people's like, yeah, I don't trust him. Here it's like, oh, you can't show your powers right away. Also, your body is working against you. But I like that. I like that this is basically made for millennials. This anime is very millennial driven in the idea that like no matter how old you are, you can still follow your dreams, even if like those dreams backfire on you. You keep going forward. I like that message. I will say, though, that I feel like this anime has way too many characters. And I know someone's going to, it's not as bad as Naruto or One Piece or My Hero. That's true, but like I feel like this story should be a lot more self-contained than what we have, because I feel like we have so many, like a interesting amount of side characters that I still, maybe it's just like the ADHD brain in me, but like I feel like there's just too many characters to really like care about. I know probably in the later seasons they probably get more stuff, and I'm sure some jackass in the comments going to probably try to write that. But yeah, I just feel like this story didn't need that many, an X amount of so many characters to really utilize. I feel like this could have just been. I feel like this could have easily been a story that focuses some on Ichikawa, but like, yeah, Kafka's our main guy, so we don't really need these other we don't need these other characters. I mean, Mina obviously, but like everyone needs a backstory. Whatever. And I know someone's gonna go, oh, but I like Kikyo and all that, Kikyu and all that, and I'm like, yeah, cool, she's fine, but like she's literally like Weiss from Ruby. It's the same story with Weiss, or literally every other rich girl character. I'm just kind of tired of that trope. I don't know. I'm being old and bitchy right now, but I do like the kaiju designs. I like the different classes of the kaiju, and also like since they don't really have Godzilla to like protect them, or or like Ultraman, they have to like analyze like weak points. They have to analyze the biology. They have to do autopsies on dead kaiju. I really like that. I really like there's a lot of like science put into this type of story. I really do like how we basically utilize these aspects, because it's like, again, we don't have Ultraman, we don't really have a kaiju outside of Kafka later to really help us. So I like that. Also, the anime is very funny. I will say, though, that it does have a bit of an MCU problem where it throws in an unnecessary joke when we don't need one. So that's my only complaint, is that sometimes I feel like the humor does get a little out of place. But for the most part, there are some like solid jokes here. And when the anime wants to be serious, it does go serious. Yeah. And when we get to see, when we see him go, Kafka go kaiju, we get a lot of fun fights in it. And I like the design of Kaiju number 8. It's a cool design. In fact, let me show you something real fast. So professional on this channel, I swear. Yeah. Story time. So, this Bandai movie monster of Kaiju number 8 I got long before I saw the anime. I knew about the anime, and I'd been meaning to watch it for the longest time. I was just like, I just don't want to commit that. I can't commit my time for it and also for another show. But I also looked at this Bandai movie monster of number 8 and was like, yeah, I kind of want it because I love the design. And also, this, I was like, when I was at my little store, I mean, I'm pretty sure you can find this everywhere these days, but I kind of figured this was going to get sold out in this little store I was at, so I grabbed it, and basically telling myself, one day I'm going to watch Kaiju number 8, and, yeah, thanks to Chris, I kind of did. So if you haven't already watched Kaiju number 8, do I recommend the show? I would say yeah. Is there parts where I feel like it does drag for 12 episodes? Yeah. Also, again, some of the jokes don't work. But I will say the main character is very likable. I love the message of the story, and also how there's a lot of like going against kind of the grain of the typical shonen protagonist. So I do like. So I appreciate all that. So yeah, I do recommend Kaiju number 8 if you haven't already seen it. But yeah, other than that, if you let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of Kaiju number 8. Just comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.